Well, good morning. Um, what's up? I'm just chilling, hanging outside. It's early. And I decided that I was going to weed eat this morning because our property is a hot mess. So, unfortunately, the dude that was taking care of our lawn, this is the second lawn care worker. The first lawn care worker did a great job. He just was very inconsistent. So we decided to ask the neighbor if he wouldn't mind, in the place of the first guy. But then he recently cut his fingers off mowing our grass. And it's not funny. It's definitely not funny. Like he's distraught. Like really, and not, he didn't cut him like completely off, but anytime you lose, I'm sure, any part of your limb, limbs, anything, it's devastating. And I'm not minimizing it at all, believe me, because he's really not in a good place. But because of that, half of our yard was mowed, half was not. And he's a hard worker. He really is. And I'm so certain that, he'll be back eventually. But right now I can't expect that that's going to happen anytime soon. So I am out weed eating, and my husband is not opposing to that. Usually he does. But he's gonna have to go get some gas so we can mow this grass because it's bad. But anywho, let me tell y'all some things that are going on right now. So everybody knows that I am pursuing an urban farm, and this is how it initially started. I've been growing for 5 years. I grow every season, and I'm expanding. So obviously I want to grow more food, and I love variety too. But I've really just tried to be very cautious about growing so many different things and not focused on, what is going to be marketable, because I have been thinking for a long time about the farmer's market or selling on a market or a farm stand of my own, just something like that. And then obviously I want to give back. I always give back. I give stuff away all the time, and I try to be very intentional about that, and sometimes it's very spontaneous. So I just believe that you should give back. But since I launched the my urban farm project, I have started a GoFundMe, and I've gotten a great response. So far, I'm so appreciative of everyone that has supported me thus far, that's rooting for me. It has been amazing. So I posted as well that I needed cardboard, because I wanted a cardboard and make no-till beds and cover basically the whole front side yard of my property. And I was looking for wood chips and compost, and so I've been meeting people here and there, and have stumbled across a lot of resources. So I was so gung-ho on expanding, and on our current property where we live. It's less than a quarter of an acre, and less than that to farm, right? Because the house sits on most of that. So I got this pile of wood chips in the driveway that's been sitting there, waiting to be dispersed here. And got some people that volunteer to help me build some raised beds here. And it's just been amazing, right? Then literally probably 3 days after I posted my GoFundMe, I was in a virtual garden chat on Zoom, and it's a group of people in our city that just meet every week to talk about how their growing season's going, any challenges that they have in their gardens. It's put on by our extension office, I do believe. And I'm confused about that, because there are I'm in other groups too, and going to other ag meetings and grower meetings, and I see the same people everywhere. So that's why I'm a little confused. But overall, y'all, it's been a whirlwind, because A couple of days later, I joined that garden chat and met a girl who wanted, and I jokingly made a comment that I wanted to purchase this 10-acre farm here in the city that is an urban farm that was farmed for 50 years, right? And then, you know, but it's been sitting for almost 5 years, I think 5 years, and inactive, right? The owners put it up for sale. And I jokingly made the comment, oh my gosh, I have so many dreams for Gaggle Farms, right? And that's what it was called. And they were like, what? She said, can I call you after? And I said, yeah, sure. So she's the one that started all this crazy, okay? But to make a long story even shorter, now I'm pursuing the purchase of a 10-acre urban farm. Crazy, ain't it? Ah. So I don't know. Everything, just nothing makes sense right now. So I've halted, you know, the expansion of the rest of the land, because we may be selling our house. Sorry about the shot. We may be selling our house to move in. There is a home on the property, and it is zoned residential. There's an acre that's zoned commercial, but it's crazy. So I'm going to tell you more about the farm and details later. But so that's how I know this is not, you know, wrote a business plan because I recently started my garden coaching business. I have a nursery license, so I'm allowed to sell perennials and herbs, and as a nursery. So all of that is under Bear Fruit and Grow LLC. And I'm excited about that, and that's not going to ever get lost, because it's important to me to share what I know, right? I don't believe in keeping secrets. It's crazy. So if you want to start a vegetable herb garden, whatever, big, small, in containers, I'm down, right? So and then you know, I was already overseeding, had tons of plants I was trying to get rid of, and I've been doing this for a couple years, y'all. It didn't just happen. I've been thinking about this whole dream for 2 to 5 years. So but anyway, I have this nursery that I can open. So I had planned to get a greenhouse. Then I heard from one of those community groups about hot tunnels that they're giving away for free, basically. I would just have to have a farm number. I would have to, you know, be approved, and then they would pay for it. So I'm like, okay, where can I put a hot tunnel on the property? I'm going to purchase this greenhouse kit anyway, because I'm not sure if the hot tunnel is going to get here in time, because usually the funds are issued in early winter. But you know, the greenhouse may not get here till late spring, so I still need to plan to have my nursery plants together, and you know, all this stuff going through my head. But now that I mean, because I've been supported so much by there are 3 ladies, and you know who you are. They have just been so supportive and rocking it out, and basically coaching me, advising me. And then I've met some big, amazing, incredible, I mean, just not holding anything back type of people, okay? And telling me, Letitia, you know, you've got to think about the business piece. Like, I know that your passion, I love your passion, that's why I'm still listening, but how are you going to run this thing? You got to think about liability. You got to think about the operational cost of this farm. So all of these things, you know, they're not letting me forget, okay? So and I'm not forgetting it either. But so it's not just about the purchase of the farm, it's about how are you going to operate it, and how are you going to bring in income, and what is your plan? What's your marketing plan? So you know, again, these people are serious business, and they are really trying to help me do whatever they can do, trying to help me do what I feel like I need to do, but also, you know, keeping it real, because that's what I need. And I don't ever doubt, because all of this has happened and I haven't had anything to do with it. Like, all I did was open my mouth and say that I wanted something, and all of this stuff has happened. I know that it's not me. I know that it's not about me, and it's bigger than me. And that's the part I'm so pumped up about and so excited about. But at the same time, you know, we all go through those times where we are just like, oh my gosh, this is way too big. Like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't have the money. I don't have the knowledge. I don't have, there's 1,000 things I can think of that I feel like I don't have, right? But what I do know is that I'm okay with that. And the more I dwell on something that I don't have, the worse you feel, the worst, you know, you just start talking negative to yourself. And I just don't have room for much of that. I'm human, right? So there are moments, there have been at least 4 or 5 moments, right, in the last 3 weeks. I mean, like 3 weeks, really, almost 4 weeks, that this has been going on, y'all, fast, right? Really fast. But there's been a few times where I've been like, Tisha, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're doing too much too fast. This is too big too fast. You know, I've had those moments. I'm not gonna lie. But then somebody reminded me yesterday. I actually called, I've called my councilwoman and a senator and the House of Representatives, the rep from the House of Representatives for our district, to speak to them. But this specific councilwoman told me, if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else is going to. And she just poured out all of this stuff I did not expect to get over the phone from a politician in our city. And when I tell you, it fed me and encouraged me and empowered me and put some things in perspective too, you know. So I'm so grateful for her and her obedience and her willingness to listen. And it's just been a hoorah. So let me get off of here. It's been, you know, a long video. Sorry, but expect that, because I have a lot to share and I'm excited to share with you. We'll see what happens. I'm not gonna lie, I would be disappointed if it didn't happen, but at the same time, guys, I have learned so much. Like, I'm gonna tell you, okay? I do want to be completely transparent about the process, and so I plan to walk you all the way through, from the planning stages to the purchase to the buy to the operation, through the first 5 years, maybe. You know, whatever it takes. I want y'all to know what it is, because I know there are other people out there that are dreaming just like me, and dreaming big just like me. And whatever big means to you, okay? It doesn't have to be 10 acres. It could be 5 acres. It could be 2 acres. It could be 1 acre. It doesn't matter. It's your dream. And I want to do whatever I can to help you, give you information, give you perspective, and then you make up your mind about what you want to do. So till next time, love y'all. Bye.